Hello, everyone. Welcome to a very, very special episode of Uncanny Treks. It's time for Bob to talk about the worst of TV in 2025. And I think Matt will probably largely just agree with me on these, although he'll probably add his own and he'll probably argue because a couple of these were 2024 shows that I only got to in 2025. So Matt will probably make fun of me for that. But they were so bad, I felt the need to mention them, Matt. I didn't want it. I didn't want to let the opportunity to pass without saying how bad this show was.
Well, I appreciate that, Bob, because I won't be watching them, so it doesn't really matter.
Good. If I can
Yeah.
warn you off any of these shows,
Yeah.
Matt, I will be doing you, and if I can warn any of the listeners off, I will be doing you and them a service. I am happy to do that service. All right, so we're counting down from slightly less worse to absolute pits. I've got only 6 things on my worst of TV. There was a lot of other mediocre TV I saw in 2025. In a lot of ways, 2025 was a pretty meh year for TV, but the mediocre stuff I didn't really want to bring in here and shout out and hate. Like, man, we talked about Andor on the best of. I didn't hate Andor as much this year as I hated it in the prior year, so I didn't want to put it on the worst. And then I even thought about putting this season of Strange New Worlds on the worst, especially because that finale was so bad. But there was enough other good stuff in Strange New World Season 3 that I didn't want to put it on the worst. So we're just left with these 6 shows. Does that sound good, Matt?
Sounds good to me, Bob. So what's your number 6?
All right, my number 6, and this is utterly mystifying to me, Matt, because I am seeing this on several best of lists. I am seeing a lot of critical love for this show, and that makes no sense. I can only suspect that these people have had a lobotomy, because this number 6 show on my worst of 2025 is Landman Season 2. It is terrible, Matt. It is god awful. Now, I had this on my worst of 2024 TV list too, and back then I told you it was amusing, it was bad, but it was funny and it had some verve. Like, you probably shouldn't watch it, but if you and the wife wanted to watch it, you could probably have a worse time. That is so not the case with Season 2, man. It is so padded, it is so boring. It has much less right-wing politics in it than Season 1, but when it does have right-wing politics in it now, it's so much more noxious and sexist and hateful. Like, this is a really hateful show. And Billy Bob Thornton is an amazing actor. He can't do anything with Tay Sheridan's crap material. It's basically a soap opera about an oil guy in Texas. It's like Dallas for the 2020s. It's an awful, awful show. Don't watch it.
Yeah, everybody has recommended this show to me, and every time I think about it, I'm just like, it's always conservative white people suggesting it. Like,
Yep.
So I'm like, okay. Yellowstone was the same way. I mean, I tried to watch Yellowstone. It's not my cup of tea.
I never tried Yellowstone because I could never figure out the streaming of it. And then but I did want to get into, these are all by the same guy, Tay Sheridan, right? And I did want to kind of get into it to see, what is real America watching? And, some of them actually did seem interesting to me. And this and the other Tay Sheridan show I'm going to talk about on this episode, I watched the first couple seasons of those, and I thought they were bad, but I thought they were amusing. But this was the year, 2025 was the year that Tay Sheridan crossed the line from amusing to just cringe to me. I can't do any more Taylor Sheridan. I'm not doing any more Taylor Sheridan. I'm done with it.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a Season 3, though.
Oh, there definitely will be, but I won't watch it. It's not going to be on my worst of TV for 2026 because I'm not going to watch it.
All right, Bob. So number 5, you've got.
Yeah, it's a show on Apple Plus. This is especially relevant for me to warn you about, Matt, since you currently have Apple Plus and you've been watching shows like Severance and Pluribus, and hopefully you'll be watching a show like Dope Thief, which I recommended to you on our best of 2024. But there's a Colin Farrell show on Apple Plus called Sugar, Matt. Don't watch it. Dear God, don't watch it. My boy and I were really hyped for it because it's Colin Farrell playing it's Colin Farrell playing an LAPI, and the first 2 episodes are really good, but the show just totally falls off after that. It's so bad. I'm done with this show. It stretches a needlessly long mystery out to an 8-episode season. It should not. They really should have just done the Rockford Files thing and made it episodic. In a way, this is like the evil version of Lowdown. If Lowdown was how to do a a PI comedy right, Sugar is how to not do a PI comedy. And both shows are also really meta. Sugar constantly intercuts in like films, classic Hollywood films, and at first it's kind of cool, but eventually it's just annoying and lame. Really don't watch this show. I watched 2 shows on Apple this year that just enraged me, and Sugar season 1 was one of them.
All right, Bob. Now number 4, I believe, was also on last year's list.
Yeah, it was. And this is the other Taylor Sheridan show. This is Tulsa King. This is Tulsa King season 3. This one also, I said was really stupid, but I was enjoying last year. It's about Cy Stallone plays a New York mafioso who moves to Tulsa, and he gets into semi-legal weed and drop shipping. It's really bad. The thing that broke me on this season was that the season starts doing dick riding for the Cybertruck and dick riding for AI. It was really bad, man. It was really bad. I had quit the show twice and wasn't going to watch it anymore, but then somebody reminded me that they're going to do a spinoff called Nola King, starring Samuel L. Jackson in New Orleans. And even though I'm not going to watch any other Taylor Sheridan shows ever again, I do have to try Nola King next year.
Of course you do.
This year. And so I did have to finish this season because in the last couple of episodes, they introduced Sam Jackson's Nola King character.
And is that character, do you enjoy that character? Because I will say this, I got turned off from Sam Jackson after the S.H.I.E.L.D. series he did. The Secret, that was Secret. It was something, Secret Invasion or something. Yeah, that was awful.
I never watched it, so I don't have any fear of it.
Okay, good. It'll ruin a lot of the mystique you have for any kind of Sam Jackson.
I'm still here. If Sam Jackson is, I don't have to see everything Sam Jackson does, but if Sam Jackson is playing a mobster in New Orleans, I do have to see that.
Yeah, now, that should be fun.
I'm not promising that I'm going to be able to finish that season. I'm just going to kind of take it as it comes. If Nola King season 1 is as bad as Landman season 2 and Tulsa King season 3, I'm definitely not going to. Yeah, I may not even finish the season. Yep. So we'll see. There is a dark timeline in which Nola King is good enough or funny enough that I keep watching. And I can also imagine it doing crossovers with Landman, or especially with Tulsa King, or even the Yellowstone spinoffs. And I have to watch those in order to appreciate the crossovers.
Wow.
That's a dark timeline. I'm hoping that's not going to happen, but I'm just warning you and the listeners that might happen to me. I might do that to myself.
The whole Tay Sheridan universe.
Yeah, the Tay Sheridan cinematic universe, baby. Speaking of cinematic universes, should we move on to my number 3 pick?
Yeah, Bob, and I watched the first episode of this, and it was awful.
Yeah, this is Alien Earth, man. It is god-awful. I was thinking about having us cover this show weekly because I love the Alien franchise, and I love Noah Hawley's work on Legion and Fargo. But this show is so bad, it's made me start double-guessing myself, or second-guessing myself. Were Legion and Fargo actually good, or was I just stupid? I don't know. This is so bad. And in a way, every Noah Hawley show is a terrible idea. Doing Wes Anderson's X-Men is a terrible idea. Remaking a Coen Brothers movie into a multi-season anthology show is a terrible idea. But Legion and Fargo seem to work, and this terrible idea of turning a deep space slasher movie into an 8-episode prequel and setting it all on Earth, God, it just didn't work. I hated this show so much.
Yeah, I couldn't make it through anymore after watching the first. I either watched the first or second episode and was done.
Yeah. Noah said that this show should have been called Alien versus Child Predator, and he was totally right. There's a lot of really uncomfortable themes about children and sex in this show. That's not all I hate this show for, but that did not help at all. It's a super creepy show.
So, Bob, what was your number 2?
My number 2 is also on Apple Plus, so I want to warn you off this too. Don't be tempted. Monarch season 1. It's like a Godzilla spinoff from the American Godzilla movies. It's so bad, man. It's so bad. And it's even more depressing because apparently Matt Fraction is the lead writer on this.
Oh, wow.
And it sucks. It sucks so much. They get Kurt Russell into this, and it doesn't matter. It's oh, God, it's so bad. I have to confess, I only made it through about half of this show. In episode 5 or 6, Noah and I were watching it, and Apple Plus fritzed out, which Apple Plus does a lot. It's a really bad streaming service. But it fritzed out, and then we were like, you know what? We don't need to finish that episode. We don't need to watch this show anymore.
Well, that's when you know it sucks, yeah.
Yeah. It's some really dark stuff, man.
All right, so what was your number one worst show TV of 2025?
Well, I just want to say, Matt, that there's an interesting theme going on in that arguably the first four shows in my list, my bottom four shows, my worst four shows, they're all prequels in a weird way, or IP maintenance, right? Because I'm watching Tulsa King just for Nola King, right? So my number one show is the worst show is Monsieur Spade. It's a miniseries that's on AMC Plus, and I originally wasn't going to watch it because it stars Clive Owen as old man Sam Spade, and I just got bad vibes from the trailer. I like Clive Owen. I'm not opposed to more Sam Spade stories. I mean, you don't need to do more. The Maltese Falcon is perfect, but I'm not opposed in theory to more Sam Spade. But it just seemed the trailer gave me really bad vibes. But two things happened. I had to get AMC Plus to watch the last season of Snowpiercer, which I talked about last year, and to watch Dark Winds. And this was there. And then I found out that Tom Fontana wrote this. And Tom Fontana was one of the all-time great TV writers. He did Oz on HBO. He did Homicide on NBC, which was basically the template for The Wire. But man, Tom Fontana, he's lost it. I'm not sure when he lost it, but he lost it. Actually, I think I do know when he lost it. His show before this on Showtime is called City on a Hill. It was like an early 90s Boston cop show that was started off very strong. I really liked season 1. And then season 2 was only mid, and then season 3 was one of the worst things I've ever seen. And that was only eclipsed by this miniseries, Monsieur Spade, which was even worse than the last season of City on a Hill. So at some point over the production of City on a Hill, Tom Fontana just lost it. You hate to see it because, like I said, one of the all-time great TV writers.
Well, Bob, I have to say this is some pretty horrible TV.
This is awful TV.
I did want to mention though that there's something I didn't watch. I would watch it if I didn't have to purchase another streaming service, and I wanted to see what your thoughts are on this.
Hit me.
It's Dexter Resurrection. It's where Dexter comes out of his coma, and he's now in New York City. Some people say it's good. Some people are, but me, I'm like, I wasn't too enthralled by I didn't hate the most recent.
I thought you hated the most recent.
No. There's one where it's Dexter like early years. That one I can't stand. That's awful.
Oh, that's the one you hated.
The other one was kind of mediocre, and I felt like it was not I honestly thought Dexter was dead at the end of that, but he's not because he wakes up. So just the whole way it ended, if that's how Dexter was going to end, that would have pissed me off, but it didn't. I feel like it's almost like Jason Voorhees at this point, though. He just keeps showing up, and now he's in New York City. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's just
just can never die.
But I have a feeling that would end up on a pretty bad list if I had watched it. I will say that.
To watch that, do you have to like pay for like the Showtime upgrade to Paramount Plus?
Yes, which is absolutely ridiculous. Like really, like I already have the streaming service. It even says it's Paramount Plus when you go to like when it's advertised, but it'll be like at the bottom in parentheses with Showtime.
But Matt, it's Paramount Plus.
Yeah, you need the I'm not paying that much more for that. Jeez.
Yeah. Honestly, man, like I enjoyed the first 4 seasons of Dexter back when, but we got to the end of season 4, I think it is. That's the season with John Lithgow.
Correct. That's one of the best seasons.
And my theory of Dexter was it was a show that like thrived off its guest stars. Like you needed a great guest star to play opposite Michael C. Hall.
Right.
And I mean, in a way, how could you ever top John Lithgow, right?
Yeah, you really can't. Not what the hell he acted in that.
But with season 5, they didn't even try. They got like Julia Stiles,
yeah,
and, like, Tom Hanks' son, I think. And I was just like, I heard that, and I'm like, you know what? Season 4 makes a nice series finale for old Bob, and I don't want to see what they're cooking with season 5.
Yeah. Now, Dexter New Blood was the season that was not that the ending wasn't great, but I felt like it brought back more of the Dexter we enjoyed when we were watching the original run,
Yeah.
up until the fourth, up until the final seasons.
Yeah, and I think you always like. I definitely enjoyed the first 4 seasons of Dexter. I don't think, unless I had like a significant other who really wanted to watch it,
Yeah.
I don't think I would ever rewatch it.
Did you read the books?
No, I never did.
Okay, see, I read the books too, so that's
Yeah.
another part of it. I kind of enjoy the books and how they're different from everything.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. Is I think you enjoyed. Not that I didn't enjoy the first 4 seasons, but I think you enjoyed the first 4 seasons a lot more than I did too.
Another show, Bob, that I think would fit your that would actually fit your list, even though once again I did not watch this, is that The Witcher. The Witcher season 4 dropped, and I watched the first and second season. Didn't watch the third because it gets really stupid. But then the fourth season dropped, where they've recast Geralt of Rivia.
I was going to ask, is this the first or the second season with the recast?
Yeah, they've recast him, so it's like no one's watching it. It's supposed to be so bad that I just refused. I refused to even try it. I mean, I have Netflix and everything. I just refused to even go into it.
Although, just to clarify, because I think it sounds like it is bad, but I know there's like some weird cultural politics around the recasting too. But it sounds like for a lot of people, including you, even before they recast him, the show kind of fell off a cliff.
Oh, way off a cliff. Yeah, it just didn't fit it didn't fit the original source material at all, and just took its own like.
Yeah,
it's a lot like
that for you, like, for you, like the way the Dexter TV show departs from the novels is
if it's
good.
done well, it's fine. But if it's done in a way that just completely pisses all over the source material, it makes it like I don't. There's just a lot of different things they could have done that would have made it way better. And then, of course, taking the character of Geralt of Rivia and recasting him with Thor's brother is just like, eh.
Oh, I forgot that it was one of the Hemsworths.
Yeah. So it's like, eh.
Yeah. Does Metacritic throw you anything else for the worst of 2025?
No, it's such a weird shit I've never heard of. So I'm like, I doubt I don't think it's as. That's the problem. When you look at worst TV, you're looking at stuff that we wouldn't have even considered watching. Period. So it's like,
yeah. Yeah, I guess that is a kind of interesting thing. Two of these shows I watched because I knew they would be bad, but I hoped they would be funny. That would be the Tay Sheridan shows. But the other 4, I watched with the best of hopes, right?
Yeah, right.
Those hopes were just totally dashed.
Yeah. All right, Bob. So this is like the 4th year you've done this, I think, in a row.
I think so. I think we maybe haven't done worst every single year because there hasn't always been like enough that's like interesting to do. But
right.
I think we've done best TV and best movies for 4 years straight, I think.
There you go. So if you haven't listened to those, check those out too. Bob's got some pretty good recommendations if you agree with Bob's. If you find yourself more on more of Bob's liking.
Yeah, listeners, thanks for joining us throughout 2025. Stick with us through 2026. I think we've got episodes coming up about the Jack Kirby original Avengers run. We've got more coverage of the Jack Kirby and Stan Lee Fantastic Four run, and we'll keep doing comics, and eventually, there'll be TV we go back to doing week-to-week coverage of. We are Uncanny Treks, and have a great night.
Thanks for listening.